What it do, y'all? It's your girl Makeup and Travel, and for today's video I am here to bring you my bi-weekly must gag. Typically these go up on Sundays, but your girl has just been too busy. I have not had it in me to sit down and record for the past week, maybe week and a half. If you follow me on my Instagram, you would know the shenanigans that I have been about. I had sorority sisters over my house over a weekend. I had another one stay throughout that last week. And then I had a day in between her being here and then going to Ocean City with my best friend to celebrate her birthday. So I've just had shenanigan after shenanigan. I've never been this busy a day in my life. I don't socialize, so this is a lot for me, and so I had to step back. That's why I didn't post anything this past week, because I didn't have the energy to literally press publish and put all the information in the description box. So I apologize, but then I don't apologize because I was posting a lot this past month, even when I haven't been wearing makeup. But all of that aside, your girl is here. I posted something on Sunday, which is the day I'm recording this. I did an update on my channel and my no-buy. For those who are interested, I'm really feeling really good about this no-buy, and about changing my purchasing habits, which is very good. And today I'm probably gonna have this published on Tuesday. Cross your fingers, because I already have something ready to be published on Monday. So I'll be back in business, and we'll see how it goes. Beats, let us get into it. Like I said, today is Sunday, so I probably will be talking about newer things than people who publish their stuff today, but you know, it is what it is. The only other thing I want to say is I kind of want to limit the amount of things that I talk about. I tend to talk about everything and anything, but I don't want to have, you know, hour-long videos, because my last video, even though it was only like in the 40s, I cut down like a bunch of things that I decided not to talk about because it was so long. So we're gonna see how quickly I can make this video, and with that I'm going to scoot over so we can get started. If you're wondering what's on my lips, it's my Laura Mercier lipstick in the Project Pan. It's in Devotion. Everything else is just my skin and a bunch of hydration moisturizers. First thing I want to talk about is a new palette from I Slay Cosmetics. I've talked about them before. I reviewed their palette in one of my indie weeks, and they have the Slayage 2.0 palette. It has some beautiful berries, some neutral tones, and it also has some greens. I will have a picture, of course, like I always do here, and everything will be linked down below. I always do talk about the fact that this was inspired by Samantha March's Will I Buy It series, and I always have that link down below. So I am interested in this palette, but also at the same time, it's not something that's screaming out to me, and I really do enjoy my first one from them, and I want to get more use out of that one. So I'm gonna pass on this, even though I really do like the brand and I really do like their formulation. The next thing is definitely going on my wish list, and it is Sugar Pill's Fun Size palette. It has like pastel and brights mixed together. I've heard nothing but good things. I think there's only been one person who has not liked this palette, but overall I enjoy the color scheme. Even though it is all matte, and I don't tend to do all mattes, these are colors that I've wanted to bring in my collection. I've wanted to bring in more pastels, so this will definitely be a palette that I put on my list. Beauty Bar Baby released a part 2 of their flakes collection. As you guys know, I haven't purchased any of their flakes, even though I want to desperately. But these are some more of their flakes. Out of this bundle, I would say Lyra is probably the only one that I would truly want. Constellation is also very pretty as well, but Lyra is the one that I'm like, I really want you. Violet Voss released 2 new palettes. They released one palette that's called the Vibes palette, which is the more rainbowy type palette, rainbow neon type thing. And then they also released their Coral Crush palette. For their Vibes palette, I think it's pretty. It definitely is a thing now that everybody wants to release a neon palette, which I'm here for because I don't have any neons in my collection. So I would love to have a brand who I really support come out with a neon palette, because then I'd be able to use it, you know. I'm down for that. But On the other hand, they also have, and I'm not going to purchase it though. I didn't specify that. I'm not down for this palette, even though I like the idea, this color scheme and this brand, not for me. I was going to purchase though their Coral Crush palette, and then when I took the time to really look at it and to really investigate it, I found that the 9 shades on the left are just not where it's at for me. They seem too light, and a lot of those are actually the shimmers, so maybe I'm being a little judgmental, but I don't know. I think I need to see this in store. I really do want to bring in some more corals to my collection. I feel like I don't have very many corals, and it would be nice to just have one palette where, like, if I feel the need to get corals, I can just go into that palette. So this is definitely intriguing. I'm interested in looking at this. The next time I go to a Sephora, whenever that is, I might look at this, but as of right now, I'm definitely not going to be purchasing it right now at all, but it's not on my list either. I need to see it before I can put it on my list. Next, ColourPop came out with their rainbow collection. Now everybody's going up in arms about this collection, or was at when they were talking about it, because a lot of the products aren't actually new. They're just put into this collection. ColourPop has been doing that since day one, so I don't know why that's a big thing, but anyways, they have the gel liners, like the pencils. They have a quad of Super Shock shadows. They have some of the serums from their skincare brand. They have a pack of mascaras. They have a brush collection, and then they have an actual singles palette. The singles palette is nice. I like ColourPop singles. I have nothing against them, but I don't tend to purchase a lot. I purchased enough to fill up one of their palettes, and ever since then I haven't really purchased any more singles, and I think since then I've only purchased 2 palettes. No, 3. So for me, ColourPop isn't a really big brand that I purchase a lot from. So none of these things are really screaming out to me. At most it would be the gel pencil liners, but I haven't tried the new ones, so I want to try the new ones that I have in my collection first, and then maybe I'll branch out to get some more. Menagerie Cosmetics has released that they're going to be coming out with their concealer and their powder range. I am very excited about this. I don't have very many concealers. I feel like it's okay to have about 6 concealers or so in my collection, because I tend to go through concealers pretty quickly every couple of months. And so I am very interested in trying Menagerie Cosmetics concealer. The powder I do not need. I have way too many powders. I'm trying to actually get through some of my powders, so I'm not allowing myself to purchase any, but the concealer is definitely going to go on my wish list, and the concealer is going to be $22 while the powder is going to be $20. So you guys will definitely be seeing a review from me on that concealer. It'll probably be the next concealer that I test out, and I'll leave the concealer that I have now in my little drawer to sit for a little bit. Next, Marc Jacobs has released his fall collection, and it has a like pinky icy highlighter, one of the ginormous highlighters. I have the really dark one, the first one that he released. I have that one here, and since then he's been releasing some for lighter complexions. He also has, what, 4 lip glosses. I've never tried his lip gloss range, so I can't tell you guys how good that is. And then he also has 4 of the glitter things, and I have mine right here. So I have 2 from him, and they are in like these pots. They're really pretty. I mean, gorgeous. And for me, I love them, and I feel satisfied when I bring them into my collection, but at the same time, how often do I truly use them, you know? There was one that Mel Thompson recommended after doing her video. I will try and remember to link Mel Thompson's video right under the link to this collection. And I think that might be the only one I purchased, but to be quite honest, I probably won't purchase that until like maybe a sale, and that's even if I get to that. My last must-have, must-gag, I talked about this palette from Aether Beauty, and it looked, oh my god, hold on. Don't think I'm popular. I'm just in a couple of group chats and people decided to talk, of course, when I sat down. I thought this was going to be a lot more purple toned, but this is definitely heavily neutral, heavily browns, and that's just not my cup of tea, so it's a huge pass from me. MAC has released their Studio Fix Matte Foundation Stick. And for me, when I saw this, I thought this would be a beautiful bronzer, cream bronzer. I have my one from Danessa Myricks, and then I also, it's not down here because I haven't hauled it. I purchased something before I went on my no buy from MAC, and it's like a cream to powder that I plan to use as a cream bronzer. So as of right now, I don't need this particular formulation of it because I already have a new one that I haven't even opened up yet. But this will definitely be on the back of my mind in case, you know, I want to try it as a cream bronzer, because I think out of all the cream-ish products, cream bronzer would be the one thing that I want to get more use out of, because I've gotten the most use out of my cream bronzer compared to my cream highlighter and my cream blush. So just putting that out there. Mula Cosmetics has released their summer collection. It looks to be a Bella Vita eyeshadow palette and some liquid lipsticks, some nude liquid lipsticks. This eyeshadow palette doesn't look half bad. It actually reminds me of the Nabla eyeshadow palette that they released, I believe, during their summer collection, and it had these corally pinks, a brown, etc. So this is very intriguing. I've never heard of this brand at all. It looks to be, of course, UK based. So yeah, it's a pretty palette. Am I gonna purchase it right now? You know, but very pretty palette. Elf released their Earth and Ocean palette. People have found it at Target. I like the color scheme. I like that it brings both greens and blues, definitely more blue mattes than green mattes, which is fine. I'm no shame in my game. For me, I don't really need it. To me, this screams my Menagerie Cosmetics Whale Song palette. Like, to me, this is like perfectly the same thing, you know, except I love this formula, and I reach for this formula more than I necessarily reach for my e.l.f. products. And that's just something I'm a little bougie about. I've always been a little bougie when it comes to eyeshadows. So for me, no need to bring in this drugstore eyeshadow formula. Not saying it's bad, but just I know me, I'm not going to reach for it as much as I may reach for my Menagerie Cosmetics eyeshadow palette. Ulta Beauty has released their 21 Days of Beauty. It has not started yet. It'll be starting September 1st going through September 21st. I will not be participating in any of this. Honestly, nothing is really grappling to me, but also I am currently on a no buy, and I will not be purchasing anything in this because I'm on my no buy. I've gotten through the Sephora summer sale, and I will get through this sale as well. Posh Culture Cosmetics has released this beautiful, beautiful palette. Honestly, the thing that really grasped me from this picture was the beautiful, beautiful imagery on the cover where like a mirror typically is. I thought that was just outstanding and beautiful. And then I looked at the colors and they look pretty too. So this is a very unique and interesting palette that I would love to take the time to see if it's good or not. I think it looks unique. This color scheme, I don't think I have any palette that has this funky color scheme, and I think this would be really challenging to see how I could create looks from this. Obviously it'd be super easy to create blue looks. There are enough blues in there, but I like to create looks that are different, bringing different color schemes together and just trying different things. So this will definitely go on my wish list. It's very intriguing and I am into it. Juno & Co., the ones that are known for the sponges, they have released a powder and a brush. I'm not interested in either. Like I said before, I'm not bringing any more powders into my collection. Lemonhead has released a collection of more glitters and such. I've never been interested in Lemonhead. I don't know why, because I've tried glitters and other formulas, but not from Lemonhead or this type of formula. I truly cannot tell you why. I can't. But once again, I'm not interested in these. I think it's because it's such a chunky glitter, and I don't tend to like chunkier glitters. Urban Decay has released, I don't think it's actually released. I know it's been revealed, their Naked Honey eyeshadow palette. I like it in the sense that it's not just basic browns. To me, these are browns with like warm yellow undertones, and I really like those type of browns. Like if I'm gonna add a brown to my collection, it has to have a funky undertone, and I think these all have like a weird funky undertone, which is nice, but it's just a little too basic for me. Now, that being said, if I didn't have any neutral eyeshadow palettes, I would probably actually purchase this one because it's my type of funky neutral that I think I could get use out of the actual palette, the eyeshadows. But I believe I still have a couple of neutral eyeshadow palettes, so I just don't feel the need to purchase it for what, the $54, which is Urban Decay's normal price. So I'm going to pass. Vanessa's Vanity has released 2 new singles. They released them during their birthday like celebration, and it was Samba and Blueberry Twist. Honestly, if I would have picked one, it would have been Samba, but I feel as though Samba is similar, if not, you know, I can nudge my way to it from the Wildberry, the Wildflower single that I already have. So I am good and happy, and I'm good. Tarte or Sugar Rush have released their fall collection. It's a big eyeshadow palette with like cute pencil brushes and like a cream highlighter. Nothing that I need, so it's an easy pass for me. Historica, I don't even know how to, I don't know. There's a Nike palette that's coming out with a cat on it. I hate cats. I'm allergic to cats. Me and cats just don't get along, so that's already a I'm good. And then the color scheme is just not my cup of tea, so this is a very easy pass for me. Menagerie Cosmetics has shown a sneak peek of hydro jellies. It looks like a lot of brands are really trying to step out the box with these flakes and these hydros. I know Kristen Lee, I believe she's now released her glitter gels. So all these brands are really trying to do unique versions of already existing things. I still haven't purchased any of the Kristen Lee gels, but I will when I'm off my no buy. I love her as a brand and a brand owner. And of course, if I have the money and if they're still interesting colors, I will probably try out the hydro jellies from Menagerie Cosmetics as well. Touch of Glam has also revealed that they're doing multi-shifting glitters. These are going to be pressed glitters. These are not going to be for me. I have a weird thing when it comes to glitters. I actually just purchased some glitters from Sydney Grace, and what I like about those glitters is, yes, they're pressed, but there's a like gel or adhesive in the actual pressing of them, so it's not like just a flat glitter just forced into a pan. No, it has some substance to it, so it actually sticks in the pan, and when I swatch it or when I apply it to my eye, it can self-adhere. Whereas these types of glitters, just from looking at it, it looks to be just a glitter just pushed in there, and that's just not my cup of tea. Benefit released the 2 new blushes that they had in their new blush palettes that they released a while ago. It's in Cookie and Tickle. Neither of them are really calling my fancy. At most, maybe Tickle, which looks to be like a peachy pink duochrome type highlighter. We'll see. We'll see. Love Lux Beauty released their Pastel Princess palette. It's cute, but I don't like the fact that it has the black and the pink and the white. I don't know why, but I just don't like that. So it's a pass for me. Colored Rain officially released their Powers palette, or their Powers collection, and I actually want a couple of things from this collection. I really want the Peach Duo. I really want to get a peach blush that I think will work good on my complexion. I don't feel as though I have a peach blush. I have pinky blushes, I have orangey blushes, but I don't feel like I have a peach blush. And with this duo, it's going to be both a matte and a shimmery, so that would be perfect, right up my alley. And then I also am interested in the eyeshadow palette. I still never got the like last 9-pan eyeshadow palette that they got, so I'm hoping that once I'm on off my no buy, these things will still be around and I can scoop it up, because Colored Rain tends to keep their limited edition stuff for a long time. That Cheers to the Beauty palette has been out for how long now, so I'm not too worried, but I hope that they'll still be there. Gothic Garden Cosmetics has released blushes, and these are really pretty blushes in a very small compact, and I'm intrigued. I'm generally mostly intrigued with Beguile and maybe Giggle Mug. Giggle Mug looks to be like more of a neutral toned blush. I have two neutral toned blushes. I have pan in the first one. The second one, I don't really know how I feel about it, so that's why there's not any pan or really impactful dent in that one. But those two colors really look like they would work for my complexion, and I've never heard anybody talk about this brand. You guys know I love to try indie brands, indie products, so those would be a product that I would try from that brand. Makeup Obsession has released their London Calling eyeshadow palette, and I like this palette. It looks to be like a kind of a less grungy, but still on the same level of the Subculture. I love the Subculture, not only for the colors, but the formulation. I was the person that liked it. So I am intrigued in purchasing this. I know that Makeup Obsession is in Target, so maybe this will come to Target. If it comes to Target, I will definitely scoop it up when I'm off my no buy. If not, there are a couple of things that are starting to build up that I want from Revolution Beauty, so I might just make a pretty decent order from Revolution. Like I was talking about earlier, the Kristen Lee gels are live, and I will have the picture of the collage picture up on the screen. These are really pretty. I think Devious is the one that I would really go ahead and pick up, but I don't know. These are really pretty. I would love to try them out for you guys and get kind of a sneak peek on how I feel about them. Folklore has released a Smile palette, and what I like about this palette is that the brown, although it is brown and it has a yellow undertone, it's a deep brown. So you're not sitting there trying to deepen it up with like a khaki gray on my complexion. So I think this palette yellow wise actually would be better than the ColourPop one. I did kind of makeshift my ColourPop one to get a darker brown in there so I could use it more effectively, but for those who haven't even purchased the ColourPop one, this might be more up your alley, although I can't tell. It looks like there might be some pressed glitters, and I know a lot of people are not down for the pressed glitters lately. Ammo Cosmetics has come out with a really pretty monochromatic green palette. I love how it goes from a really nice lime green yellow to like a really deep forest green. This is a really pretty color scheme. It's not very expensive at all. I will definitely look into purchasing this palette. It looks really pretty. Mama Mitchell has fully revealed, and I believe his palette is actually launched. No, it launches on the 1st, and it is collaboration with Beauty Bay. I'm slightly disappointed because I was really hoping it was going to be with what is that brand? Be Perfect Cosmetics, but it's not. As for the packaging, I low-key hate the packaging. It reminds me of the Urban Decay, what was that blush palette? The one that had the blushes on one side, Back Talk. It reminds me of the Urban Decay Back Talk palette, which everybody hated because you had to put the mirror in the right way or it wouldn't close. And it just, as for the colors, I really enjoy the color scheme. I just really wish it was not in this format. Like, I really wish it was in a format like this. Like my Lick and Lash palette, had it been in a format like this, I would have purchased it because I really enjoy this color scheme, not only just for the colorful side, but I actually enjoy the neutral side. The neutral side seems intriguing to me, seems interesting, it seems up my alley, but just I can't stand the packaging, and I refuse to try and stand the packaging. Hot Ombre Cosmetics did a collaboration with Clark Beauty with 5 matte ombre liquid lipstick kit sets. Good lord. None of them seem super revolutionary for me. I have a lot of lip products, so this is going to be an easy pass for me, but for somebody who doesn't have a lot of lip products and is trying to get that ombre look, this might be for you. RLG Cosmetics has released 5 new glosses. I actually just panned another gloss, so I'm happy with my progress on my panning of my lip glosses. I don't feel the need to bring any other ones in, but in case you do, here you go. Terra Moon Cosmetics has released some more flakes. I actually just received my flakes that I purchased from them, and I'm really excited to put them on my eyeballs. But until I get the chance to really put some of the flakes that I already have in my collection, that I just purchased, all of that stuff, on my eyes and test them out, I will not be purchasing any new ones. Although this one does look pretty. I love that it's a blue to like a purpley pink duochrome. Ella Cosmetics has released a brush cleanser and a brush matte. If you're interested in seeing how these work, go ahead and check out the ladies over at Beauty News. They have basically talked about this, and they basically said that it's too expensive, even though they love the brand. So I'm gonna take their word for it and not even play myself. But yeah, in case you were wondering and you want to take the plunge, go for it. Beauty Bakery has released a new foundation and concealer. Originally, I thought it was just a concealer, but apparently they wanted to create a new foundation as well. I think this is to kind of counteract those who did not like their first foundation, and this one's supposed to be a little bit less coverage, a little bit more forgiving, and it's not like stuck on your face as soon as you put it on your face. They're also releasing a setting spray. I might actually go ahead and pick up that setting spray, especially if it comes into Ulta. But the weird thing is that the setting spray says to be 360-degree fine mist. How is it 360-degree? Does it, the like top like move? Like, I'm confuzzled. Anyways, I am interested in the setting spray, not so big about the concealer or the foundation. So yeah, there you go. Gothic Garden has also released blush and highlighter duos. I just talked about the blushes earlier, and this is one of their first blush and bronzer duos. Now it's interesting because it's a green blush and like a duochrome highlighter, which is like a white to green highlighter. It's very intriguing. I love these unique kind of releases like this. So yeah, in case you were interested, you never know, I might pick it up myself. Next is a release that almost had me purchased during my no buy, but I was strong. It is from Give Me Glow Cosmetics, and it is their Vintage Rose palette and liquid lipsticks. Now, as for the palette, I like it. I really do. And the thing that made me almost purchase it from jump is because I thought it screamed the Kylie birthday collection. Her palette, the reason why I really liked her palette is because they were really nice pinks, some darker purples and greens, and that color scheme was not something that I personally have or that I have personally seen or noticed, you know. And this palette seemed to be that way, but I don't know, I might pass. There's something that always gets in the way when it comes to buying Give Me Glow palettes, but not their singles. I don't know what it is, but there's always something that gets in my way from purchasing these palettes. So either way, this is a permanent collection, so I have time to think about it. But as of right now, I definitely did not purchase it, and it's not on my wish list, but I definitely have my eye on it. They also came out with some more liquid lipsticks. I love their liquid lipstick formula, so I would recommend that if you're interested in any of the colors, and I love their eyeshadow formula, so if you're interested, go for it. Kat Von D released a new foundation, and it is called the True Portrait. Like everybody else, I have a slight problem with this foundation, just in the sense of the packaging. The outside is a hard plastic with the inside having like a really like pushy thing, like plastic that you push in. It's intriguing, but it's confusing. Like, how are you supposed to get the most of everything? And right now, I have definitely been aligning myself a lot with the panning community, the empties community. I've been getting a lot more empties, and so for me, that's my big problem. Obviously, I'm not going to purchase this right now, not only because of my no buy, but because I have way too many foundations. But it is something that's intriguing, and I like the I think the coverage was like, yeah, lightweight to medium, and I like that fact about it. So maybe later on in life I might purchase it, but right now, no. M Cosmetics released a Butterfly Love palette, and it's okay. It doesn't have the color scheme that I would be interested in, but I am still very much interested in purchasing from this brand. Mater Makeup Labs has released a new Noble Gases collection, and they released a finishing spray or a finishing powder. I'm interested in the Gases collection. It looks to have some unique single shadows, specifically the one in the top left corner, which looks to have a transparent base and like a bunch of glitters in it. It looks to be a really pretty topper shadow. So I would be interested in potentially purchasing that, but okay, my camera cut me off. I think I stopped. I think you guys didn't hear me talk about the Stila new fall collection. And that has the new suede, I believe, the suede eyeshadows. I haven't tried that formula before, but I know Mel Thompson did a review. So I might look at that review to see how she felt about them. I'm pretty sure she liked like a couple, but she said like overall it wasn't worth it. But these are some interesting shades, so it might be slightly worth it. And then also it looks like they have a miniature palette from the palettes that what is her name? I can see her face. I just watched her clutter video. I can't remember her name. I will have her name on the screen right now. But she loves the like big palettes that are out right now. And this looks to be a miniature version, so that might be more of my scheme. So we will see. I'm slightly interested in Stila's fall collection. Besame is doing a collaboration with Sleeping Beauty. I think this is an okay collection, but I don't need any of this type of stuff. I'm trying to get away from the collector in me and just starting to use more of my makeup. So for me, this would be something that I wouldn't want to use, and I would literally just want to keep it, and I'm trying to get away from that. So this is going to be a full pass for me, although it is really nice, and I'm not a huge Sleeping Beauty person. Hip Dot released a new palette, and this palette is called the L palette. It's too neutral for me, so this is an easy pass, thankfully. Fenty Beauty has released some brow pencils, and then she also released something else at the same time, right? She released, I can't remember what else she released. That's all that this post talks about, is the brow pencils. I don't need any brow products right now. I'm actually using a Project Pan palette for my brows, but I also have 2 brow powder kits. I have a pomade and maybe 1 or 2 pencils. I don't need any products right now for my brows. I am good. BH Cosmetics released their Take Me to Ibiza palette, and although I think the color scheme is nice, I know I'm not going to use this palette, so I'm not going to do it to myself. I'm going to skip. But if you know you actually use the palette and it looks interesting, go for it. Although check out the swatches. I'll try and put the swatches on the screen as well. Those greens don't swatch so good, so yeah. Lethal Cosmetics, they fully revealed and have launched their new collections. It's 2 collections. One of the collections is called the Skyward collection, which has more greens and blues. The other collection is more pinky purple, and it's called the Landfall collection. I am still highly interested in both these collections and previous collections from Lethal Cosmetics. It's just I need to have everything aligned between money, not being on a no-buy, etc., etc. ABH has released or revealed, and will be releasing by the time you see this video, the Norvina Volume 1 palette. This is a stunning palette. Stunning, okay? And I've already seen somebody do a video on this. Actually, Mel Thompson. Once again, I will try and link her video down below under the link to this actual palette. It's very pretty. I want this. I want this so much. I haven't want many Norvina, or I haven't purchased very many ABH palettes. I've only purchased 3. I still am interested in the Jackie Aina one, but I also want this one as well. This is really pretty. I probably will hold off to see what the other ones look like. I want to see if this is my favorite out of all the Norvina volumes that I'm interested in, but right now I am highly interested in this palette, and this is definitely on my wish list. Fenty Beauty also came out, this is what she also came out with. She came out with more matchsticks, and these are more shimmery, glittery blush colors, and yes, I want them. I want them so much. I really want the, I'm guessing this is the peach one. Beach Bum, which is the peachy one. I want it. I want it, and I'm going to get it. It's $25. I've gotten more into cream products, so this will be mine, and it will be going on my wish list. More peaches. ColourPop decided they were going to come out with a peach collection. Does ColourPop know what the color peach looks like? I don't want anything from this collection. This collection doesn't even look peach to me, like, at all. It's all a pass. Every last thing, no. MAC has kind of shown that they're doing a collaboration with Pony's Makeup. They haven't really shown everything. It looks to be 2 compacts that might be blushes, might be highlighters, might be bronzers. It looks to be an eyeshadow palette, some lip products, and 2 brushes. Like I said, we haven't seen much. They still need to reveal it. It's not going to be coming out till September 21st. So closer to September, later September, we'll know more about that collection. Lime Crime has released a new Venus palette, and it is the Venus Immortalis. Wow, Venus Immortalis. It's like a cool tone, gray toned palette. Not my cup of tea. I like a couple of colors, not the full palette, and I want to like the full palette, not a couple colors, so it's a pass. IBY Beauty has released another new palette, and just like the one that I just talked about, I like some of the colors, not all of them, so it's going to be a pass from me. Pat McGrath has talked about releasing this palette. It is the the Pat McGrath Labs Mothership 6, and it's releasing September 6th. It's beautiful. I like some of the colors, but not all of the colors. Am I going to be purchasing it right now? Yeah, no. It is going to be $125, but it's going to be a pass for me, especially right now. The way I'm trying to slow down my purchasing, it's just not where it needs to be. Likely Makeup has shown the outside packaging for a blush palette, and it's called Clown Blush, which is slightly creepy. I don't like clowns. Like, I actually hate clowns. I think they're extremely creepy. But we will see what the inside of that looks like. Natasha Denona has released some lipsticks. They're all neutral lipsticks, nudes. I don't need any more nudes. I am good. Thank you very much. Badass Cosmetics. They released an eyeshadow palette that looks very intriguing. I'm actually interested in this palette. I can't tell if this is supposed to be another weed influenced palette. We'll see. It's interesting. I like the palette. We'll see if I go ahead and scoop it up later on in life. Makeup Obsessions released a cool tone palette very similar to the Lime Crime palette. It's called the Black is the New Black palette. If you're interested in the Lime Crime palette but you don't want to pay Lime Crime prices, there you go. Juvia's Place has shown a sneak peek on like their displays at Ulta that a Warrior 3 will be releasing, at least in Ulta. I'm intrigued. I haven't purchased any of their Warrior palettes because they're just a little too neutral for me. Midas Cosmetics has done a collaboration with Your Glam by Julie. It has a half neutral, half colorful palette. I actually like this palette. Will I purchase it? I doubt it because it's not going to bring anything unique to my collection, but I like the palette, and if you're interested in palette, go for it. Be Perfect Cosmetics has released a primer eyeshadow base. I think that's nice. I have, I think, 3-4 primers. I'm good on primers for a while. It takes a while to get through a primer. So I'm good personally, but you never know. This might be the next big primer, so go ahead and try it if you want. Angelica has done a collaboration with Davina, 2 very big and important people in my life. I love Angelica. I watch almost all of her videos. Davina Cosmetics, I try and purchase something from each collection because I love her formula. Basically, this is going to be kind of like she curated the collection and brought 2 new products that used to be highlighters into eyeshadow formats. Depending on what the shades are, because I have a lot of Davina shades, if I don't have all of these shades, I might just go ahead and purchase the bundle if it's still available when I'm off my no buy. If it's not still available, I will try and purchase the 2 like new ones that she switched the size, because most likely I don't have them because I don't have very many Davina highlighters that are this shades. Those shades are like the duochrome shades. I don't have any Davina duochrome highlighters. So it all depends on what the shades are. She will be doing her video kind of really announcing this collaboration tomorrow, which will be Monday for me. It'll be yesterday for you guys. So I will have that, of course, linked down below so that you guys can see it. And this will be going live on Wednesday. So if you're interested in this little palette, go for it. And this also screams to me the Kylie Money palette as well, so in case you're interested. Urban Decay has just revealed a loose setting powder. It's called the Ultimate Brush Off Translucent. I don't need a powder, but yeah, in case you were wondering, that is all I've got. I've talked for a very, very long time. I'm hoping that it's under 40 minutes, but who knows at this point. Yeah, as for me, like I said, I am comfortably on my no buy right now. Typically during this time period, I'm generally like jittery. I really want to purchase more things. I'm not in that mindset right now. Right now, I am very much happy with what I have. I just did a declutter. I don't know if that'll be live yet. Like I said, I went on a hiatus last week, but it will be going live so you guys can see what I have decluttered out of my collection. I'm feeling good with what I have. Of course, I do want to try new things and bring new things into my collection, but I'm not dying to do that right now. I am dying right now to get my finances together and save up for some trips that I want to take. So that's really where I'm at right now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, y'all, it has been real. Peace.